Hey, what's going on, everybody? Andy here. Prime directive of my life is to increase the quality of my consciousness and to help others do the same. And today I wanted to come and chat with you guys for a few minutes, not too long. My son's over on the basketball court and my other son's at the playground right now, so it's not going to be a long walk or a long talk, but I've been feeling this urge to talk about this for a little while now because of how much it's been popping up in my life, helping my son along his own journey and his own process of personal development and becoming the best version of himself. And he's really into basketball. That was nice. He's really into basketball. And so he's at this point now where he's really trying to align himself with the best version of himself. And one thing that we have been working on is the way that he views failure and the way that he looks at failing or messing up or not doing things right or messing up on a play and causing a turnover. And one thing I've been really having to help him rewire is his relationship with failure. And I know I've talked about failure before in other videos, and we've kind of glossed over it briefly in other topics. But if there's one thing that you need to understand if you're going to succeed in any endeavor, whether it be getting in good shape, fixing your diet, starting a new business, getting in a relationship, whatever, just trying to be a better version of yourself, whatever. If you don't have a changed relationship with failure and a deeper understanding that without failure, you'll never learn. And without learning, you'll never grow. And if you can't grow, then you'll never get better. And so if you want to get better, it doesn't matter what field, what activities that you're doing, or again, any field of your life that you want to get better at and improve in, if you have fear of failure, if you're afraid of messing up or you're afraid of looking silly and you're afraid of doing things the wrong way, and you become so afraid of that failure and so afraid of doing things the wrong way that you're literally unwilling to even try and take action, it's going to result in you being stuck where you're at in your life, in whatever area that you're trying to grow and improve in, and it's gonna suck. So by understanding that you have to go through the failures to get the knowledge necessary to know how to avoid those failures going forward. You have to fail enough times so that way the failure becomes less and less and less, because I did it wrong this way this time and I got this result. And I did that 10 times and I got 10 different results. Some of them were slightly similar, but now I'm starting to pick up a pattern. And now, after I've started picking up on the pattern through all of these failures and these mess ups, now those 10 failures, they become like 7 or 6. And then through more experience and more trial and error, you get to a point where that 6 and 7 failures starts to become 2 and 3 failures. And then this crazy thing happens. And once you really change the relationship that you have with failure, you'll get to a point now where you have failed so many times and you have learned so much about whatever it is you're trying to do that you literally hardly ever fail. Today, me and my son were at Target getting some fruit and some groceries, and we went through the book section and we found this really cool book written by Steph Curry, and it was called Shot Ready. If you haven't checked that out, I highly recommend it. It's a really good book. Just in the first couple pages, in the first couple paragraphs that we've been able to read together, But he was saying that when he trains on his jump shot, he doesn't just train so that way he can make the shot. He doesn't just train so he can do the move. He trains so that way he literally cannot fail. That's his philosophy. He trains at something and practices something so much that it's not just that he can make the shots. And he practices so much that he literally cannot fail at whatever it is he's trying to do. And he takes this approach to his entire life. And it was a very valuable lesson for my son to learn when we were going through and kind of just trying to understand what the book was about. And right in the first couple pages, it was just so powerful. And it explains so much because he really is the greatest shooter to ever touch a basketball. And when you think about that philosophy of, I'm going to train until I can't fail. I'm not just going to train until I make the shots. I'm not just going to train until I'm the best three-point shooter. I'm going to train until there's literally no other option for me to be than the greatest shooter of all time. And it makes perfect sense why he has the most three-pointers of all time, why he is widely recognized in the basketball world as the greatest shooter to ever touch basketball. Because when you have this philosophy that I'm going to train until I literally can't fail at something, you're looking at the process of mastery and the attention to the fine details. He was saying in the book that one of his trainers is so good and has trained him to be so good that he can tell when Steph applies a little bit too much weight to his pinky toe on his right foot. And because of the slight extra pressure he applied to his pinky toe on his right foot, it results in a disconnection of the process it takes to go from bottom of the feet, end of the fingertips for his jump shot. And even the slightest, smallest little difference in his pinky toe placement on where his feet are set and what he's doing for his shot can result in him missing. And so I don't want to keep this too long because I want to get back out here with the kids. I want to enjoy myself, and I don't want to be working all night, even though I do have work later. I want to spend some time with the kids before it gets too late. I want to leave you with this. Start caring more about the details. Start caring more about mastering your craft. Figure out something that truly makes you happy, passionate, that juices you up, and become a master at it. Dial in the fine details. Be a freak about the details. You're paying attention to the even extra weight applied on your pinky toe when you take your jump shots. That's how precise and fine with the details I want you to be. And once you can start getting so fine with these details and you start building these consistent days and you fail enough to figure out what really works for you, I promise you're going to start stacking win after win after win after win. And just like we talked about the other day, where sometimes it's 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. And without understanding how the mind works, sometimes it'll mess us up a little bit extra. Well, when you start getting crazy about the details and you start understanding the relationship with failure actually leads to success through learning and growth, you're going to start seeing 10 steps forward, maybe 1 step back, 20 steps forward, maybe 2 steps back. And you get what I'm saying. You're going to start stacking wins, and life is going to start looking way different for you guys. Way different for you guys. So, look, that's all I got today. I hope you guys connect with my message. If you got this far, I appreciate you. I know I lose a lot of you early on, and we're working to figure out how to change that. And I'm thinking it's just by being consistent, baby. Just gathering the people who are really here to listen to this content, and not caring if there's people who stick around for the end of the video or not. But all that to say, if you did make it this far, I appreciate you. Hit that like button if you connected with anything. Leave a comment down below what you connected with. What type of things are you trying to master? What areas of your life are you trying to change your relationship with failure? What areas are you trying to build success? Tell me down below, man. I want to hear about it. I want to chat. Share this with a friend. Subscribe if you haven't. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow, man. Peace.